Hi, Jessica. So you have two images, one for a beauty portrait, and then here we have our character portrait. So you have your subject set up on this purple background. It looks like it's maybe a bed sheet or something that's a neutral background for your subject. And then your subject's kind of leaning forward as she's writing in what looks like a journal or a sketch pad of some sort. So we're getting a little bit of information about who this person is. Now, I think the idea of having a neutral background is a good idea because it simplifies the image. But here's we're trying to learn more about this person, and learn about their character, learn about who they are, something about their personality, opening up that background and letting us see, especially if she could be set up in her personal space in her room, that would give us a lot more information about her instead of this sheet that's in the background that creates more of a distraction than filling out the story a little bit more for us. And I say it creates a distraction mostly because of the wrinkles in it and the lines in it. And it pulls our attention back there opposed to being neutral like a seamless would be, right? And then as we look at the light on your subject, you have it a little high so that here it's illuminating the side of her face, but you're not really getting into these shadows here. So I'd pull it down a little bit so it's coming in more at, a lesser of an angle from above her. And also you might need to add some reflectors to get some of this area lit up. Also by bringing it down, you might be able to get a bit of a catch light in her eye that would be nice. And then just watch where's getting the most light because right now her hand is significantly brighter than her face. So that brings our attention down here. So you might just need to block or diffuse that light a little as it comes down onto her hand. Now, as we look at this image, we can see the lighting is much more pleasing on your subject, which is what we want for the beauty shot, right? We want an image that has the most appealing lighting on your subject. And here it's much more appealing as it's coming across her. It's filling in all of those shadows. We just have a little shadow under her chin. So this is much more pleasing lighting. So if you compare those two, how the shadows create a distraction here and create other elements of design really by creating shapes on her face, and here it's much smoother for us. The composition here is pretty straightforward as it was in the last one. And the idea of this being a beauty portrait comes through a little bit more because of the lighting. Again, the background, I think here it's more appropriate to have a neutral background, to have the purple sheet as a background, but we don't want to see those lines in it. So just ironing that out or seaming that out and then moving your subject away from that. So creating more space, and this can be said about both of these, between your subject and the background is going to add for more depth in the image. I'm not sure if she's leaning against this or if she's laying down on it. If she's laying down on it, then obviously we can't create more depth. But if she's just like sitting and leaning back against it, then we could for sure pull her off. And I think that would add more depth to the image. So I'd like you to go back and compare the lighting in these two and know how you set the lighting up for them and see why one is more pleasing and how you can replicate that in future images. I'm thrilled to see that you're using artificial lighting and it looks like you're using more of a studio setup here. I'm glad that you're pushing yourself in that way. Let's just think about what's working in this image that's not working as well in your first image and how can you continue to replicate that idea. All right, nice job. Thank you.